Oh, hey, hi, hello there. Oh, gosh. Welcome back to CCTV. Nestled in a little backyard here in, wherever we are.
It's your friend's house.
It's my friend's house.
Your best friend's house.
My best.
With Tommy.
We're like kind of near Griffith Park, aren't we? A little bit.
Atwater Village.
Yeah.
That's what they said on the reservation. There's a cool lizard on the wall. But don't worry about that. You're just back for some quality time with your friends. Your friends who also are sponsored and occasionally have to read commercials in the middle of their conversation. Like this one, MeUndies. Guess who's like a long-time sponsor of this channel? MeUndies. Comfortable underwear. As a butterfly flutters through the air. Well, it's too fast. Much too fast. MeUndies, I got on a pair. What am I wearing today? How about... You like that movie Shazam? This isn't actually a tie-in, but I got those lightning bolts. Little yapping dog who lives next door.
Oh,
I finally got some.
Did you wash those, or did you put them straight on your butt?
I put them straight on. Wait, is that
That's bold.
unadvised?
No, they probably come fresh and clean.
You like the emojis, dude? You get the peace sign. You get the power of the people. You know what I mean? And then on the other side, it's like, hey, this could be representative of the Spanish flag. In case you need to,
The color red?
fit into a, Spanish neighborhood when you're walking through it. You can just pull down your pants and there you go. That's what I did earlier.
Don't tell Alec, but I actually just gave him the pair they sent James.
Oh.
But they fit.
Cool.
They fit.
They fit.
They're both the
they're-
same size, so makes sense.
They're regular boxers, not boxer briefs. So
Thought they were for me.
I mean, I got the
They are
socks.
for you,
The
yeah.
socks, I gave you 2 pairs of socks.
Didn't know I was getting hand-me-downs.
It's not like he wore them.
You
But
could,
he would've.
you got a hand-me-down channel, so I don't know why your underwear would be any different. MeUndies, comfortable, lovable, stylish, fun. These underwear are so soft they make Bob Ross's voice sound like Gilbert Gottfried, or like a small yapping dog in the yard next door. Not only will you feel like your loins are being hugged by joy itself, but MeUndies gives you multiple style options for both men and women. Men can now try the new boxer brief. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. What are you barking at? What do you hope to accomplish?
He wants a pair of
You're a
MeUndies.
tiny creature.
This is one pair of MeUndies.
Your death means nothing. Neither does mine. MeUndies is also the go-to for the softest loungewear on the planet. Hang out in their super comfy lounge pants and onesies. Yes, MeUndies makes onesies, and they're incredible. If you keep your voice velvety smooth and soft, just like MeUndies, the dog won't bark at you. Very cool. MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, when you buy any MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. Get 15% off a pair of the most comfortable undies you will ever put on, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So go on over to MeUndies.com/CCTV. That's MeUndies.com/CCTV. All I wear is MeUndies now. Even my other underwear just gets neglected. Got a whole drawer full of them. They're comfortable, they're fun, they're stylish. You get a new pair in the mail, you're like, oh, what fun surprise.
They've replaced all of your underwear at this point.
They have.
Isn't that right?
That's incredible.
It's like a cult, but just for underwear.
It's like a cult for underwear, but a good cult.
Yeah, it's like a good cult.
Not the kind that kills you at the end. Those pineapple ones are the newest one. I was pretty stoked to see them. It was fun for summer,
They're very cute.
Anyways.
I have mine too. I'm just not wearing them.
Oh my God. She just
There
has
we go.
Pineapples.
There we go. Just pulled out some underwear out of my purse.
Wow. Good job.
I just remembered that I had those in there.
Timely.
You keep your underwear in your purse like that?
Not normally,
Is that
but
normally
they're brand new, so.
what females put in their
Yeah.
purse?
Yeah, I guess you shit your pants while you're out and about.
That's
You
actually
need
a
it-
good point.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
false. Girls don't shit.
I actually wish that
No, I shit
guys
my pants this morning. That's my second pair.
wish we had like some type of, like appropriate like backpack or something we could like wear and then put all of our stuff in.
fanny
there.
pack?
Fanny pack?
They're just
Well,
not
you were like motioning.
fanny packs are just not. They're not in the moment. Like they're not acceptable.
Absolutely are in. They actually made quite a comeback.
Where's your fanny pack then? If they're so fucking in.
Who said anything about me being trendy? I can't wear a bright beard. Is that a trendy?
Yeah, you're pretty trendy.
You're the most trendiest person I've ever met.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. That's fine by me. I mean,
That's fine.
What's that well for? Well,
I was agreeing with him, but I thought he was gonna say like in the office, and I was definitely gonna be like, yeah, he's on trend.
do you know other trendy people? Do you know somebody trendier?
Yeah.
Who's the trendiest person you know?
Actually, might be Alec. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, could be.
Nice. See, you just push back on those theories a little bit and just secure your place as number one. Hey, we're gonna talk about some fun travel stories today because Alex had a really bad experience at LAX. It's not even a travel story. You didn't go or do anything.
It wasn't really me. I mean, really, I just like wanted to ask you guys to sit down and just like listen to me vent.
I'm ready. Spend us
Tell
a
us.
yarn,
Like,
dude. I'm like
Give us your
5 minutes.
ailments.
Yeah, sure. Well, as you all know, I am dating someone. Isn't that crazy?
So crazy.
Yeah. Finally, somebody is like okay with, some of the stuff that we do on Couch Up. It's tough, Sometimes you show them that vomit video on the first date, and it all goes downhill.
That's your icebreaker.
I'm just saying, good luck with off
Couch
candy.
Up has been a dating obstacle for you.
Yeah.
Like being a YouTuber is kind of just more of the problem. But
Well,
certainly, it's
no, actually, being a YouTuber is like very well revered nowadays. Anyways,
that's not true. Remember that time
No,
you
it's
told
not
that girl
true.
at the bar that you were a YouTuber?
and she shit on my life because she was like an assistant production manager or something at like fucking CBS or something, and she anyway. So yes, my girlfriend, she goes to another school in a different country, and Lindsay, there's something about me talking that you just absolutely despise.
I thought that the swan was in the shot in your face.
It's supposed to be in the shot.
I was listening.
I am listening.
Find out. That's why you're on the couch with me.
Not right now.
That's why I'm not.
So
Slap these fucking flies.
anyway, fuck. Sorry. Ow. What was that?
A pillow.
I'm gonna start over. All right, I had to bring my girlfriend to the airport. She lives in Europe. We've been dating for about 2 years. She's been here for 3 months, and she recently went back home because her visa only lets her stay here for about 3 months at a time, 90 days. That's the immigration policy, all that, mumbo jumbo. So she was here for about 3 months, and I had originally booked her ticket through Orbitz. Orbitz is like the third-party booking site.
Yeah.
It's like Priceline, Expedia, Kayak, like one of those.
Travelocity.
Yeah, exactly. I've been using them just to like bridge the gap between like the European airlines just a little easier, because some of the sites, like the flights that she takes is from an airline called LOT, which is like a primarily Polish site. So Orbitz just handles the transactions, makes things a little bit easier for me.
Sure.
So I understand when I'm on the site and I'm not reading Polish that's translated, I understand what I'm getting. Anyway, I booked her with Orbitz for June 18th, so it would be about 90 days that she would be here. Now, I somewhat underestimated it because it's like it's not. All those months aren't 30 days exactly. They're about, because you have 31 days at a time. So we got a letter about 2 weeks before her flight that was like immigration control, and they're like, hey, 16th, you gotta get the fuck out of here. All right, 16th at 11:59 p.m. You need to leave. That's definitive. Get the fuck out.
So what did you book the flight for?
I booked it for the 18th.
Oh no.
So we got a letter that said, leave the 16th. So I'm like, all right, not a big deal. I called up Orbitz, and this was again 2 weeks before that. I call them up. I said, hey,
Hold up. Aircraft.
Helicopters and ducks and
The big metal bird in the sky.
It's very big. Can't even see it. But it's out there. Brotherhood of Steel are flying to a new location.
Is it a police helicopter?
I still can't see it because of this canopy.
not in this area.
So what?
there's 4?
There's
So there's
4.
Is it military? I can't hear Matt because he's. It's the police.
It's the police. It's the fucking police.
Anyways, what was
Anyway, so 2 weeks before the new date, I call up Orbitz. I get some guy, sounded Indian. I guess not. That's really too relevant, but just so you're aware, there's some language barrier there. Regardless, I tell him, hey, I booked this flight. It's for the 18th. I need it to be like the 16th. He's like, all right, sir, okay, thank you. And he goes on, does his thing. He's like, okay, it'll be $400 to rebook the flight. And I was like, all right, that kind of sucks, but hindsight, like I don't have to pay $15 or $2,000 to get a new flight. So I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it, I'll pay $400. He reschedules it to the 16th. I get a confirmation thing. My itinerary's been changed. Great. I'm like, flight's all set 16th. Awesome. 16th comes around. That was just a couple days ago from whenever this podcast goes up. I don't know what date this is going up, but I go to the airport, show up on time, a few hours before the flight. And I drop her off, say goodbye, because I do the thing where I just kind of like plop her in the departures because it's LAX and I don't want to park. It's too much of a pain in the ass. I drop her off. I'm like, bye. Yeah, I'll call you. All right. Thank you for putting up with me. Love you. Bye. And head off. Listen to my playlist, my epic 80s. And anyway, I get a text from her, and she's like, "Hey, airline says I don't have a ticket." I said, "What do you mean you don't have a ticket? What does this mean? What does this mean you don't have a ticket?" I don't understand what this means. I'm on the highway. I pull over. I call her. She says, "Okay." I show up. They said they don't have a ticket for me. And I'm like, "Okay, hold on a second." And she's like, "Okay, yeah, and the flights are booked." And I'm like, I'm real-time processing this about like 4 p.m. That day, where now my girlfriend needs to leave this country, and she doesn't have any way of getting back because apparently this airline just doesn't have her booked. And I'm like, "Okay, do you have one for the 18th like they said?" And she said, "No, there's no ticket, there's no reservation for me, it doesn't exist."
They didn't give you a confirmation email or something?
So Orbitz emailed me a confirmation of rebooking. So they sent me their own itinerary that's like whatever they sent out that's like, yeah, this is what you have. They gave me a confirmation number for that itinerary, which was the original one that they had rechanged. And they gave me the flight times and all that stuff. And they gave me the receipt for the rebooking of the flight.
Right.
So that's where I'm at this point. I stupidly thought that I'm all set, I guess. Maybe that's where I fucked up. So ended up picking her back up, and I'm like, okay, well, I was thinking, maybe there's a way we can change it to tomorrow, because I looked at the lot stuff and they did have like a flight for the next day. And she got worried because she's like, well, I got the letter and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, now we're at this point where immigration wants us to leave, but now that our ticket's been canceled, I don't think there's any way for me to call up immigration and just like, hey, that letter you sent out, I don't know, can we do it tomorrow? Because their policy is like, the immigration policy in general is if you overstay your visa, you overstayed your visa.
Yeah.
At that point, you broke the terms, and you'll have to either find a waiver, which is like you get a lawyer, you send a waiver to them, they say, okay, you're not flagged to not travel anymore. Because basically they just hard out flag you. So next time you come in the country, they'll say, you can't come in here, you fucked up last time, get out. That's basically the general policy. So I started getting worried because now I'm like, that's right, and it's going to be a pain in the ass for us to ever get you back in this country if we don't get you out today. So now I'm like, I need to get my girlfriend out of this country within the next 6 hours in an international flight. So
it's like a plot of a movie.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like. So I call up Orbitz, and of course, just happened to be the worst customer service day of them picking up, hanging up on me, the phone getting disconnected. About an hour worth of that until I finally got this lady, again, another Indian woman, that I'm explaining my story to her, and I'm trying to be like as polite as possible, but I'm like, this is, so we don't have a flight? What's going on? What did I pay $400 for? Can you just explain to me?
And by this point, how many hours out was the flight itself on the 16th? The one that you were looking at?
The one that we were looking at? What do you mean?
The one that you didn't
had
have the
booked
tickets
originally.
for.
Oh, well, at that point, that one was already leaving. Basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that one was going to be already.
So
boarded.
leaving on the 16th was out of the equation already?
For that flight specifically, which
flight.
was the connecting flight that I booked earlier to
Gotcha.
Poland,
Okay.
and then that goes to Estonia, which is where she's from. Yeah, that was already out of the question because at that point they said we have no more seats anyway. We don't have any seats that you could even buy.
Yeah.
So you're not getting on this flight. Sorry, ma'am. And next, that's pretty much what they did to her. Well, first, just to paint the picture here. First, they put her aside. They said, sorry, ma'am, we'll be right with you. They processed everyone. Then they forgot about her. And then they went back to her and said, sorry, can we help you? And she said, yeah, I don't have a ticket for this flight. Can someone help me?
What the fuck?
That was
Okay.
her experience there.
So back to the customer support.
Back to the customer support. She's like, okay, we're sorry this happened to you. I'll put you to our supervisor. So this lady from Arizona named Emma calls me up. Now, Emma's trying to get real-time information what happened. She's looking into my case. She tells me, okay, I understand your frustration. It seems that the flight that you had originally booked for the 18th was canceled to rebook the flight for the 16th, right? I'm like, yes, I rebooked it for the 16th. She's like, yes, the 16th flight didn't get rebooked. So I'm like, so you charged me to cancel the flight for the 18th, but you never rebooked me for a new flight? Yes, sir, that is correct. We will be totally happy to refund you the money that I'm like, I don't even care about that now because now I don't have a ticket going back, which is what I originally paid for. And she's like,
What the fuck?
she's like, okay. So she does her thing. She's like, I'm going to see if I can find you the next available flight. And I was like, perfect. This lady gets it. She's going to be my hero here. And, we're on hold for like 15 minutes. I pull into Denny's parking lot, take a piss. Shout out to Denny's. Always coming in clutch for me, no matter where I am at life. She gets off hold. She's like, well, good news for you. We have a flight for the 17th. I'm like, all right, here's the thing. I looked at that flight. We need to leave this country today, okay? My girlfriend got a letter telling her to get out of this country. I don't want her to break her visa. It's going to really fuck us up in the future, right? We need to get a flight today. She's like, okay, I'll see what I can do. I'm like, perfect. This Orbitz lady, this is her fucking job, dude. She's got this under control.
And it should be easy.
Right.
All you have to do is get a flight anywhere out of
On
the country
any airline,
Yeah.
that can then be connected at some point
Right.
to where she's going.
Right, and
Yeah.
with European, citizenships, they generally have like an open access to just about any of the European
All the EU countries,
right?
yeah. It's like traveling within states here.
Right.
Pretty much.
I worked for Orbitz. I would have put her in Iceland.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. I have no information about anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
My
what I honestly,
ignorant opinion.
in my eyes, I'm like, it's better for the Orbitz lady to do this because one, it's her fucking job. Two, she should have access to just about any airline ever. Isn't that like part of being like a travel agent? Is
Yeah.
that you just have all this like, you have like 13 different windows up of every single whatever. And I was like, all right, it's better than her doing this than me on my fucking phone scrolling through fucking Google flights and seeing what I can pull off in the next 5 hours. She gets back to me. She says, all right, Alexander, I think I found a good flight for you. It's going to be for tomorrow. And I'm like, listen, you don't understand because she needs to be out of this country tonight or she breaks her visa. And she's like, yes, I could see why that would be a
Oh
problem.
my god.
I was like, yes, that would be a big problem. She's like, Alexander, to make this process easier, would you mind going to the airport and going and looking at the latest departing flights?
Oh my god.
So I was like,
What?
she's like, it would make things way faster because I have to look up each airline versus you telling me what flights are leaving.
You should have talked to her supervisor, the supervisor.
At this point, honestly, I'd been on the phone for almost an hour. I feel like I committed to this bit. She's explained to me
It's
that
real life.
they would cover the cost of the flight is kind of what it ended up
No matter
working
what?
out. Well, they would cover whatever flight I ended up getting.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, at this point, sure, it's a pain in the ass, but at least they'll cover that flight. So I'm like, okay. I'll work with it. So drive my ass back to LAX. We park. I have to like have her hang up so she could recall me. We walk into the international part of the airport, and of course, I get a big fucking thing of the screen that just shows basically every flight
Yeah.
that's leaving internationally and where it's going. So her and I, girlfriend and I, are looking. I'm like, all right, so Frankfurt. What do you think of Germany?
This is romantic. You
Yeah.
know, like a couple. They're
Oh.
like, baby, where you want to go?
Yeah.
Except for he just
She's like,
stays there.
She's like, well,
Bye.
she's like, I'm not too sure. I'm like, what about Paris? You want to go to Paris? And she's like, I don't. She's like, well, there's this one in Norway. She's like, I know the Norway airports. I'm like, all right. So there's this flight in Oslo or Finland. I guess originally was first. It was Helsinki, right? That was the flight.
Because you're not picking destinations, you're picking airports you want to hang out in.
Right.
You'd be like, Singapore, baby.
Yeah.
I want to see that waterfall.
Well, right. Well, she's like, I have a family member that lives in near Helsinki. She's like, I could stay with them without getting a hotel. I'm like, okay, this
if
works
it
out.
came to that, okay.
Right. So I tell the lady, she calls me back, and I'm like, what's up? Yo,
Hey, Emma.
I'm like, yo, there's this flight. So Helsinki, that would be our best bet because she has a family member there. Can you get us a flight in Helsinki? And she's like, okay. So she's looking. She's like, okay, Alex, I can't seem to find something. Is there a way you could talk to the people at the front desk and have them see if there's any available flights for Helsinki? I'm like, all right, this plane's leaving in about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
You want me to talk to somebody at the front desk? She's like, yeah, that would make things faster. And
She's not even at work. You're just calling her on like her cell phone.
I'm like looking at the line of people. There's a giant fucking line of people. I'm assuming leaving to Helsinki here in front of us, and we have to sort of cut our way through the different lines till we get to the desk. That's like cashier / ticket sales. I go up to the front. I tell this lady, I'm on the phone at the same time. Hey, do you have any tickets for this flight that's leaving? She's like, sorry, sir, this flight is all booked up. We got a flight to Barcelona. We got a flight to Oslo. I'm like, all right, can we look at those? She's like, you're gonna have to go into that line over there and talk to that gentleman.
This is hell.
Line again. At the same time, talking to Emma. Hey, yeah, they kicked us out of this line. I have to go into the other line.
She's still on the line with you.
She's still on the line this entire time because she needs to. I don't know why. I guess I need her to confirm to me that she's going to buy whatever this ticket is.
Gotcha.
That's
She's
mainly
the
why I've kept
money.
her there, and just to whatever the fucking process is, because I think she had to like put me on hold to talk to her supervisor to see if it would be okay for her to like commit to this transaction that I was about to do. I think that was what I ended up understanding. I get next line. There's this guy there working the booth, and I'm like, all right, so do you have a flight to Oslo? Or Helsinki? And he's like, no. I'm like, all right, well, what about Oslo? This Norway, because that was our second option. He's like, yeah. And he looks on his computer, he gets his other laptop, his official. This is Norwegian Airline, by the way, his official laptop. He's like, we have one ticket left for that flight. He's like, and if you don't get it right now, someone else can get it as well, just so you're aware. So you'll have to buy it right now if you want that flight. So I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, oh, all right, perfect. We got this one last ticket. We're going to Oslo. It's gonna be about $1,000. Can you do that? She's like, all right, Alexander, give me a moment. I'm like, excuse me? Puts me on hold.
She sounds like an AI.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's basically.
You're talking about Boston Dynamics.
I was talking to Siri the entire time.
You thought you'd call someone. You're just talking to your phone.
So through this process, we're just standing in there in line, and we're watching people come up, and the whole time I'm like, please, whoever this is, I hope they're not going through the same thing right now. Please don't book this last ticket.
See
People
some
keep
other
coming up.
haggard-looking guy just like sweating on the other side.
Well, I was worried because there was this younger looking woman there with like her grandmother or something, and her grandmother was like buying her a flight, and it was like a really expensive flight because she was going to Barcelona to do like another trip. I was listening to the conversation. She was having her own sort of meltdown, just like you would see normally at the airport.
Yeah.
But I was really worried. I was like, Grandma, don't fucking buy this ticket.
Grandma.
This is gonna be a real big problem for us.
on.
Emma gets back to me. She says, all right, sir, I think we can do this. We can cover that flight. I'm like, perfect. All right, so I'll need I'll send you over the information for the connecting flight as well. She said, and she tells me, well, unfortunately, we can only cover the flight out of the country. Our primary issue right now is to get your girlfriend out of the country. I'm like, right, that's also my issue, believe it or not. But you can't cover the flight to the final destination. She's like, we can only cover whatever the one journey is.
Wow.
So if I had got a
Jesus
connecting
Christ.
flight to Estonia, which was their final destination, they would have covered it. Wow. So this was about an hour and a half that I was on the phone. I said, fuck it, I'll call it a day here. Fine, cover this flight. Ended up paying for this last available seat in the back of the plane for my girlfriend on her way to Norway. She had to sit in the back of the plane. But point is, we made it. We had about, I think, 5 hours or so, something like that left. This flight was leaving at around 8 p.m. So we had about, 4 hours before we would have broke the visa essentially. So we got her out of there.
What'd you do with your
in
extra time? You had to wait around? Did you guys go somewhere?
No, because at that point it was already like 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So at that point she just went straight to security,
great.
and she was pretty much sat at the gate for like maybe 15 minutes before finally.
Jesus Christ.
And you had to pay from Oslo to Estonia.
So then I got her like a Air Baltic flight. It was relatively cheap. It was like $200 for like a business upgrade. She really liked that one.
$200 for Orbit's mistake.
Yeah.
Damn.
And a lost day.
Lost hours. But I was telling her, hey, everything happens for a reason. At least we got to hang out together a little bit longer.
It's a bonding
Silver
experience.
linings playbook over here.
My last question is, what did you learn?
I learned that especially with third-party transactions like that, to pre-check, which is very important. To make sure you have your ticket on your phone or something. Because
they didn't have like a check-in 24 hours before the flight or something?
I mean, like I said.
Well, that's what he's saying, is that he didn't do it, and that's what you should do.
You're right, Alexander. Shopping online can be very difficult. But a simple free browser add-on that can actually help save you money.
I could think of one.
One? What is it?
It's called Honey.
It's called Honey.
Honey.
Honey, baby.
Honey, I'm sorry you're stuck at the airport. Honey, I'm sorry the dog's barking. No, good honey. Honey out there saving you those bucks. Who put a post-it note over the words? I can't have any obstacles. 3 misconceptions. I hear from people who say honey sounds too good to be true. It's free, it saves you money. What's the catch? What's the missing link? What's the 12 hours of delayed airfare that's gonna cost me? Guess what, there isn't one. It's simple. You use a coupon code provided by Honey, they earn a small commission from the merchant, and they pass along some of the savings to their members. It's a win-win for everybody, okay? Listen, it's so simple. All you gotta do is go to joinhoney.com/CCTV. It's like 2 clips. Over 10 million people are already saving with Honey. Honey has over 100,000 5-star reviews on the Google Chrome store. Time Magazine calls Honey basically free money, because it is, because whatever, you're shopping for anything. You want to buy pizza, you want to buy some clothes, you want to, you can go on Amazon even now with Honey, and it can compare prices. You can create lists, it'll tell you when prices drop. It's great. It's free money. It's free money. You don't have to buy anything. You'll save money. We get money. Everybody wins. Honey. Listen, don't take it from us. Take it from actual users, okay? Rating 5. Comment, pretty amazing. Continues to save me money on pizza and food. So happy to have this thanks to my boys at Cow Chop who sent me here.
Hell yeah.
How do you like them apples?
Hey,
It
is
worked.
that a shout out to us on the Honey review? Great.
Honey works in over 20,000 sites like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Newegg, Best Buy, Razor, AliExpress. I don't even know what that is, but it works. So if you're a big fan of AliExpress, it reminds me of that game you play. What's the thing where it's like Ali whatever? Where you No, like, is that the game where it tries to guess what you're thinking of?
Akinator.
Akinator. Totally different, not similar at all, actually. Joinhoney.com/CCTV. Install Honey, it's free. It takes like 2 seconds to install it. Like, click, click, save that money. It's great. They keep sponsoring us. I love them.
AliExpress is like a site where like you can get like really cheap things that seem like absurdly underpriced. And like
I think it's owned by Alibaba. Pretty sure.
See, I don't know about that bit. I'm not sure about that.
Alibaba?
I don't know about
the wholesale website?
I don't know what that site is.
that.
I thought you meant like actually Alibaba.
No.
And the 40 Thieves of mystery, lore, and fame.
Oh, they're like the wholesale company. They're like Amazon, but they're like based out of Asia.
Never heard of him.
They make movies now too.
What?
Yeah, they made Skyscraper. They funded Skyscraper.
Alibaba
Yeah.
is an executive producer
Yeah.
on Skyscraper.
Sorry.
Here.
Because I'm just thinking live action Aladdin. I'm thinking, okay, Jasmine was hot, but a lot of the rest of that movie was kind of weird. Had a lot of weird moments.
Talking about Skyscraper?
Talking about Aladdin.
No, Skyscraper was pretty weird too.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Hey, you want to see Toy Story 4?
Not AMC.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
I just want to see the movie.
I know you do. You saw Toy Story 3 10 years ago with Kale Anonymous.
So I asked him last week, I said, Kale, we got to see Toy Story 4. And he just agreed without that memory at all. He's just like, yeah, we can go see that movie. But I was like, I asked you because we saw it 10 years ago.
Isn't that incredible?
9 years ago, I guess.
And you saw it with John Y, who's now
Yeah.
an editor at Couch Hop.
Me, John, and Kale, and probably a couple other people, but I don't remember.
You guys all going to go see it?
Well,
Or it's just a memory you're sharing with Kale.
Just a memory.
Your romantic,
A romantic memory.
no, well, we've asked, other people to go, so. But Brett doesn't want to go to the theater.
Kale asked me.
Yeah, I
Said,
told
do
him
you want to go to
you.
AMC? And for me, I'm like, we got the ArcLight Hollywood. You want to go see a kids movie?
I couldn't get Brett to see Endgame, day after premiere with all his friends
Okay, we're
there.
gonna do this.
Didn't you buy
We're gonna
3D
do this.
tickets?
We're gonna do this.
A 3D at the Hollywood Dome, exclusive
sucks.
tickets with your friends. I mean,
For me,
unbelievable.
That's what makes
as a
it
former
exclusive.
film student,
Oh, here we
I
go.
care about the cinematic experience.
He's a former film student.
When I go to
Me
a
too.
theater, I'm not there to shoot the shit with the boys. I'm not there to, overhear other people's thoughts. I'm there to watch that movie
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and as much of a high fidelity experience as I possibly can muster. Okay? I don't want to hear Joe Schmo reacting to Thanos. It doesn't bring me joy. Have my own reactions to the movie and then sharing that experiences in conversation later are really where it's at. Alexander, last year, I guess, for the Avengers Part 1, booked a group thing. He's like, boys, you want to go see this? We all said yes. Our seats, and you're competing opening weekend, they're not always great. In that scenario, I think we had okay seats, we were up, whatever, it was fine. Check it out. This time, he's like, a year later, he's like, we gotta do it again. I'm like, I care a lot about how I'm seeing this movie. He's like, I'm gonna get those tickets. And then he's like, I got his tickets. It was very competitive. It couldn't be Thursday night. Now it's Friday night or whatever time it was. We're like, cool. He's like, I got seats. And we're like, okay. Doesn't really follow up on that until a certain point later. I want to say it was like, I forget when. Alex and I, our other friend, my gym bro, we both look up where the seats are. They're in the very back row of the ArcLight Dome, which is about as bad of a seat as you could possibly have at the ArcLight, which is like our nicest Hollywood theater. The dome itself is already kind of in a weird, it's a big dome.
It's a dome.
So you have to
Yeah.
sit in certain seats to optimize it. The sound travels weird ways. You kind of gotta, you really want to be there's a little bit even more pinpointing than a normal theater. And it's in game, and it's a crowded theater, and you're sitting as far back, and there's just gonna be clowns everywhere. So yeah, I didn't go. You know what I did? I booked a screening the next morning at 11 in an almost empty theater and had a perfect in-game experience.
I had a similar experience because I was also invited to this.
That's right.
I didn't have a problem with the seats. That wasn't the issue for me. It was just because so Alex approached me the week before, or 2 weeks before, I think, and he was like, well, I booked these tickets. I'm going to invite some friends and all that. If you and Jacob want to go, I have two tickets available. I said, awesome. I won't get in-game tickets then because I'm just going to go to this. And then the day came, I asked Alex, I said, oh, are we still going to be going to that? He's like, yeah, I looked and I didn't get 2 tickets. I only got 1 extra ticket because I didn't know one of my friends was bringing a +1. So there's only 1 ticket. So if either you or Jacob want to go, you could do that. And I was like, well, I already told Jacob I was going to do this, so I don't want to just leave him in the dust. That'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
So I ended up not going. But then I ended up getting tickets that night at 10:45, I think, at a smaller theater near me, but had reclining chairs, had it's open space in front of you,
That's how I
right in
saw
the
it.
middle. It's great. It's fantastic.
What you're saying is things worked out perfectly for both of us.
It did. It did.
Nice, dude. Nice.
It did. It did. Though I did appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah, no, you could have gone had someone undermined not only the tickets I got for him and
I paid for my seat. I didn't even go to the movie. I paid to see it in-game twice.
and then
That's how strongly I felt about seeing it
and then he
correctly.
convinced someone else to also.
No.
So I had 4 extra
Alex
tickets at the
decided,
end of the night.
Alex actually decided, he was the first to say, dude,
Right.
I don't think I can do this. And I was like, those are really bad seats. And to me, if I was booking, here's my thing. Here's my thing. If I was booking,
Have you not given your piece already?
was booking
How long is this justification?
if I was
Like,
booking a group screening and I was like, oh wow, the only place we can sit is in the very back, I would just pick a different showing. If it was me, I'd be like, let's just go on Saturday. Maybe go Saturday morning, and everybody could have awesome seats.
Hindsight's weird like that, honestly.
It's not hindsight.
I have a question.
So anyways, to your point, Kale wants to see it at AMC. It's Toy Story 4. I don't really want to go to you're gonna go an AMC. It's gonna be really crowded. A bunch of kids there, I'm sad. Woody's
I assumed it was like the theater inside with like it's only got like
The theater
20
inside?
seats. Like inside the mall, I mean.
I don't know.
Those ones have like
He's got
20
movie
seats.
pass, so he gets to see it for free. That's why he can't.
That's still a thing?
Apparently.
How?
Hey, how long is
Maybe
it
it's
okay to
different.
like not see a movie and then get it spoiled?
Well,
2
if you're
weeks.
talking about
It's just 2
weeks?
A Star is Born.
No, I'm not talking about The Star is Born. I'm talking about Avengers.
Oh, that was like a 2-week
Oh boy,
embargo.
This is
for
more
sure.
airing of grievances.
That was like the weekend after it came out, and Matt put a blatant
No, it wasn't.
spoiler
Wait
in
a
it.
second.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was.
the
It was the weekend after it came out, and he put a spoiler in the video, and I QC'd it, and I was like, I was gonna go see this tonight.
It wasn't the week after.
I don't think it was the week
It was not
after.
the week after.
I swear to God,
No.
wasn't it not the week
No,
after?
'cause
Because
they were-
you guys were looking at memes.
No, it was at least, I want to say, 3 weeks later.
No, it was not
Because the
3
whole
weeks.
point was they were doing like Avengers like meme reviews.
It was not 3 weeks.
Definitely.
Let me
it's
look it
every
up
other
here.
week for Wrong Side of You too.
I don't think we would have spoiled it like a week after.
No.
Like,
No,
because that
you
weekend.
guys didn't. Well, actually, he did.
Let's get to the bottom of this.
I did?
To round out this final podcast, will you look up release date of Avengers Endgame? And I'm gonna go to our
When did
channel.
Avengers Endgame come out?
Here's my point with all this, okay?
Endgame was released on the 26th of April, 2019.
26th of April. Okay, now let's find.
I
this.
go out of my way. I get these
You go
tickets.
out of your way.
You bring up the fact
go
that
out of your way
you
to
bring
do
up the
what?
fact
Go.
that Alex was the one that like canceled the tickets. I remember when I was asking in group chat like, "Yo, when we all want to see it?" And everyone had their own little. I mean, this you included. I want to see it. I want to see it at this time frame. I don't want to drive to that theater. I want to see it at this theater. I don't want to see it in this. I want to see it. I want to see it in IMAX. And I'm like looking at day opening tickets. Literally the day that the ticket sales went out. By the way, it was the record-breaking fastest ticket sales for anything that ever happened.
And yet I found.
But
we
I'd
had
like
no
to see
problem
it
buying
at
tickets
7
last
p.m.
minute. Isn't it weird
at-
how I instantly booked a
no,
different screening?
you can buy like one
right.
ticket. Sure.
What
you
ticket?
can buy
that
one
theater
ticket
was
at
that
some
theater was
theater.
empty. I could have bought 20 if I'd wanted to.
If you could have helped me convince your friends to go see it at fucking 7 a.m. I don't know, at the Grove on Monday or whatever the fuck you went to, by all means, I had to get 10 tickets at 7 p.m. on like a Friday on the day opening of fucking
You didn't have to.
the highest grossing record sale movie
You
ever.
created your own
Ever.
obstacle and then tripped over that
No,
obstacle.
I came in my own
episode
obstacle. I adjusted to it, and then everyone backed
Went
out.
up 2 weeks afterwards.
Okay.
Bunch of
So it
pussies.
was within the 2 week window.
Terrible
so it wasn't
friends I
1
have.
week.
Just awful people.
But-
If
that
you
I
really
know.
cared about Endgame, you would have gone to see it in 2 weeks. That's all I'm saying.
If I really cared about Endgame, I would have gone to see it by myself without ever talking to
I
anyone.
did.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Case closed.
That's you caring about Endgame more than you care about your relationship with your friends. That's the case closed.
That's-
Yes, I get it now.
How many things have I invited you to that in your hermit status you haven't gone to? Huh?
What? What was the last thing you invited me to that I
know,
didn't
it's
go
been
to?
a last subject.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
I still invite you to things, by the way.
We could do things that aren't highly coordinated, movie ruining experiences that's like 11 years in the making.
I just started
Like,
using
you don't have
this
to
new
pen. You don't have to
toothbrush.
pen quality time on something that's literally taken 11 years to come to this culmination, and then I have to just have a shitty seat and then resent you because I sat there. And didn't you say like some guy was sitting behind you somehow because you were actually one row up from the last row and some dude was just like laughing? He like laughed when Tony Stark died or something. That sounds awful. Everything you said about the experience solidified it. And I'm confident enough. You can make this face, but I actually know it's fine.
For what it's worth, I would have gone. I just thought you only had one ticket left.
No, I had 4 tickets. I just found out about it, once I got to the theater.
Well, he had 4 tickets and I wasn't invited.
You wouldn't have went!
No, I wouldn't have.
Read the address.
Wow.
Sounded like bad time.
Well. Oh, okay, nice.
You know what's not a
Guys,
bad
you know,
time?
it's time for spring cleaning. Okay, even though it's summer, that's what the ad copy says. But it's fine. You can clean up your house in the summer. Mm-hmm. Okay. E3 just ended. I got to clean my house up. It's a mess. Guess what? Just 2 minutes twice a day can help pave the way to a healthier mouth and mind. And now the whole family can get refreshed with Quip. The new Kids Quip is the same 2-minute timer and guiding pulses as our original version with no childish gimmicks, so they can brush just like a grown-up. Okay, kids, the new brush is the same as our original version, just tweaked for size-down mouths. Kids are inspired to brush better and more often with oral care that looks and feels like the products the adults in their life use, and they're proud to use Quip, helping them develop a grown-up routine without childish gimmicks, okay? Quip's got those sensitive sonic vibrations for an effective clean that's gentle on your sensitive gums. It's got a built-in 2-minute timer that pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when to switch sides and help you clean your whole mouth evenly. A multi-use cover works as a stand. You can mount it to your mirror. I got mine stuck on my bathroom wall. It's very easy. There's no cables. You just tuck it out of the way, take it down. Great. Want to go somewhere, flip it, cover the toothbrush head with it. It's great. Keeps your toothbrush clean. Brush heads are automatically delivered on a dentist-recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5. And that's a friendly reminder. So when it's time to, update your brushes, you don't forget about it for like 2 weeks and you're like, oh, my ratty brush is not doing a good job. Automatic. It's nice. Take it off your mind. Quip is one of the first electric toothbrushes accepted by the American Dental Association. They're backed by over 25,000 dental professionals, and they've got thousands of verified 5-star reviews. We've all got it. It's great. Can't go wrong. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/cctv, you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/cctv. Quip's great. They sponsor us. Have nice, clean teeth. I got you a Quip.
I really love it.
Everybody's got a Quip.
You started using a toothbrush recently?
Yeah.
That's so brave
For
of
the
you.
first time. Yeah, I didn't even have teeth before, so.
You might have to take your teeth out if they get bad enough and replace them with Boogie's teeth.
Oh.
There's a cautionary tale. Brush your teeth. Quip. Brush your teeth.
Or you'll have to get
George
implanted.
Washington.
He had wood teeth, right?
Yeah.
That's really strange.
Okay, you were saying you just don't get.
Oh no.
I mean, we got to wrap up with something. We can just end on a commercial. Yeah. 2 minutes of bickering will be enough to just pad up the episode.
No, it's like a fine line that you have to like toe. Like
you just hold grudges.
Yes.
That's the thing I know about
absolutely.
you. He'll hold a grudge. Someone, who was it? Didn't go to your birthday? Is it Sugar Pine?
Yeah, that was Steven Suptic.
Steven Suptic did not go to his birthday. Like, what, years ago at this point? It wasn't this past year. I think
it was
maybe it was the year before.
3 years ago.
About 3 years ago. If you want to bring that up in a heartbeat, he will still.
Yeah.
He's sitting on that grudge.
Damn.
And he's gonna sit on this Avengers grudge.
You grudge boys.
And I'm petty too. But I listen.
Yeah,
we've done hundreds of things.
James didn't wish me happy birthday, and I'm pretty sure that's what's caused the downfall of Couch Up. Ultimately,
that's true. He didn't wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's not a meme. This is actually a real
I threw him a surprise birthday party for his birthday,
That's
and then
true.
when mine came around, he didn't even text me, didn't say anything.
Yeah. Didn't come to the thing we ended up doing.
I brought it up later to him, honestly, and I was like pretty salty about it, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, man," but
the damage was done.
I'm just saying, yeah, you're right. I hold grudges, and you not going to see, you not being there, my friend not being there, and then causing my other friend not to show up.
I mean, it worked out for you.
And both of you had a great time, which I'm very happy for you guys.
Thank you so much.
It would have been just better that my bad time, you guys would have been involved, and we ultimately would have had a bad time.
To be fair,
bonded from.
There's one thing I say constantly, and I cite it constantly. I said it in group chat before. I said I'm very picky about movies. I said this is the one thing that, like, maybe don't invite me to. I'm not a big group screening, guys. Don't invite me to your Game of Thrones party. I don't want to hear you talk during the episode. I want to enjoy when I'm watching stuff, and that's just me. But I make that known. Kale was like, "Well, if we did a Game of Thrones screening party," I'm like, I absolutely could not want to do something less than that. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, don't even hold out any hopes. Whereas Kale threw a Game of Thrones screening party, and guess who said they were going and then bailed at the very last second? Wait a minute.
That's not really what happened.
No, well, I mean, we could pull out the receipts. I'm just saying, it's 2019. Everybody's pissing off somebody. Hold on to your grudges. And thanks for watching. Guys, I'm glad you got her home safe. That's the important thing of this episode, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The next time I'm gonna brook with Expedia.
Hey, if you learned something on this
Travelocity is
podcast,
good too.
write what you learned down below, guys.
Write what you learned.
Anyways, we'll see you on the next one. Hope you had fun. It's nice talking to you.
Thanks for having me on.
Later, Gators.
Just jump. Thanks for having me on.
With only 2 miles to go, it's still Mary Williams in first place and Betty May running a close second.
Forget it, kid. You're never gonna pass me.
I don't think I want to. I just love looking at your hair. What did you do to it?